not privy to what's gone on before with Martin and this Christopher Douglas at all, yet he just snaps to it and cracks with an arrest. May that have been maybe a little too quick? Did he issue a warning to Christopher Douglas that says, sir, would you get back? It seems like in no time, Alan shows up and tries to effect arrest. When in fact,
Can I answer that?
Okay,
why
just,
wasn't it Martin?
Manny, I think what you're doing is making more of a statement than asking us a question. What I'd like for you to do is narrowly give us your question, and then if it's a use of force question, we'll probably have Lieutenant Tipton answer
Why
it.
Alan effected the arrest rather than Martin, because it was Martin who had dealt with the suspect.
Okay, in my opinion, it wasn't Allen over Martin that affected the arrest. They both affected the arrest. You're saying that Allen didn't have any idea of what had transpired. I think he saw and heard every bit of it. That's why when he walks up, he says, "Did you not hear what he asked you to do? Leave." And so he's obviously heard him tell him to leave. The other thing is, once Martin expands his baton, Allen does exactly what we train troopers to do, and that is to move to that position behind somebody. We call it a 3. We have a numbering system. That's the number 3 position. You want to be behind them to gain control of them. So he moves to the position that a partner would move to in order to back up an arrest. So I don't know that you. I mean, I guess in your eyes, maybe whoever puts the handcuffs on is the one who arrested. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I mean, that leads to that situation where he's actually fighting off, because he actually lays physical contact on him.
Right. I mean, to me, the arrest is done by both troopers. It's not one over the other that's making the arrest. Okay.
And
Are you giving us the entire 45 minutes of the tape or just this portion?
just this portion that you just saw today.
Can we have the entire 45 minutes if we request it?
At this point, the determination was made to release this. You'll probably need to make
And
an open records request.
The reason for the strike is because the arrestee was struggling with Trooper Allen. I mean, just because you expose the baton doesn't mean you have to hit somebody.
Right, and he didn't hit him when he first expanded the baton. The strike was given once Trooper Martin felt that this person's running backwards trying to escape or possibly knock Trooper Allen to the ground is when the strike is made. So, to tell you the truth, this would be the type of a video that I would use in training anywhere around the country to say this is a proper use of a baton. This is why police carry batons, is for these types of situations. A single strike to the leg, gain compliance. So, it was a proper, reasonable amount of force.
Do we know if Mr. Douglas was on drugs or alcohol at the time?
I don't know.
I think it would probably, the question was, do we know if Mr. Douglas was on drugs at the time? I think it'd probably be inappropriate for us at this point to try to answer those questions. That'd be better to come from the district attorney's office.
Hey Chris, I'm sorry, has a copy of this tape been given to his counsel, Douglas's counsel?
I'm not aware of that. I'd have to get with our legal counsel. If he's asked for it, I'm unaware of it.
Captain, what day were they put on?
We'll take a question right here. I don't think she's had one.
Did Mr. Douglas, when he walked up, was he in the Bronco that the troopers were concerned about, and he just walked up from?
And the question is, when Mr. Douglas, the large man, walked into the traffic stop there, did he actually come out of the Bronco? And I don't know that to be the case.
Captain, were they put on paid administrative?
Let's take a question right over here.
Chris, I just wanted for clarification. In your investigation, you said you talked to the troopers involved, the officer from another department that was a ride-along, an attorney and whatnot, and you did not talk to the suspects or the arrestee. Is that because did you try to talk to them and they refused, or you just didn't?
Okay, now the question is, during our investigation, that we talked to the officers, the reserve officer, we talked to the subject matter experts during the board, and that we didn't actually talk to the rest of the people that were involved in it. Let me clarify that point just a little bit better. During the board's review, those individuals were not summoned, or they did not come forth and give testimony. During the investigation of the incident, let me back up just a little bit. The department actually received a phone call, an anonymous phone call, the night of the incident, claiming that there was an excessive use of force. They did not leave a name or a telephone number. The following day, we actually received a telephone call from Christopher Douglas, the individual that we arrested, and claimed that he wanted to file a complaint against some troopers for a use of force incident. We sent a supervisor out to this residence where he actually came into contact with Mr. Douglas, Lucas Carson, who was driving the Pontiac, as well as Jerry Ford, who is the homeowner. All three individuals basically said that they wanted to file complaints. All three of the individuals were provided with complaint forms, and the supervisor actually contacted them at a later time. To this date, those forms have not been completed, and none of the individuals have made any efforts, to our knowledge, to continue to file any type of a complaint. During that investigation, our trooper, our lieutenant that was actually investigating it, actually did take some statements from Mr. Jerry Ford and I think Lucas Carson. However, when he was attempting to get information from Christopher Douglas about this during his investigation, I believe he received a telephone call from his attorney during that process and told him not to make any statements. So he had just said a little bit to the trooper when his attorney told him to stop, but I believe that we did get a quite lengthy statement from the other individuals. Does that answer your question?
Just, did the three individuals that we're talking about, did they know the time, place, and date of this board review? And what they had the opportunity to know and to be able to come and testify in front of the board?
And the question was, did those three individuals know that we were going to have a review board on the date and time? Did they have the opportunity? I believe the determination was made by this department not to contact those individuals to come forth to provide testimony. Does that answer your question?
Okay, yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Yes, Abby.
What were the dates that they were put on paid leave, and then today's date is when they're back on the board?
I believe that they were put on administrative leave the following day, and they're being released today. And you might be wondering, why were we so quick to do that? And I kind of pointed it out in the very beginning when I talked about the three main reasons we wanted to have this board, is the fact that Dan Martin had been involved in an incident earlier in the year. It was very high profile, and we speculated. We were pretty sure that this would probably become a high profile situation, and so we just wanted to go ahead and take the action that we thought was going to be the best. Any other questions? Thanks for coming.